Hello and welcome back to the Bullish Money Media channel. I feel, and I'm sure many of you feel the same way, but I feel like I'm living in the twilight zone because every single time I turn on the news, all I hear about is Russia. Everything. I mean, there's literally a 60 to 70% probability that every time you turn on the news, whether it's the liberal mainstream media outlets such as CNN, MSNBC, or the more conservative Fox News, irrespective of which specific news media channel that you select, if you select it at any given moment in time, I would say there's a 60 or 70% probability that the first word that comes out of the TV screen is Russia or Russian hackers, okay? And I used to think that maybe there was something there, maybe there was something that was nefarious that was going on. But then, I realized, look, here's the deal with the whole Russian hacking thing, okay? Everybody hacks each other. All the major world powers hack each other. So yeah, the Russians, are they hacking into our computer databases and all that stuff? Yes, I'm sure they are. Just like the Chinese are doing the same thing, and just like we Americans, especially with our CIA and NSA, we are doing the same thing to them, double time, quadruple time, actually. Okay? And so I find this issue about the hacking and all that to be disingenuous. Now, I believe, and according to President Obama himself, who said that the Russians, it is impossible for them to hack our American elections. That's what President Obama said, okay? The liberal, the Democratic President Obama, now former President Obama, thankfully, he said that it is impossible, those were his words, impossible for the Russians to hack our elections. Now, what is possible is that the Russians have their troll army to help sway our electorate, meaning to sway the mannerisms or the voting behaviors of individual Americans. That's true, okay? The Russians run sort of like a PSYOP operation, just like we Americans also run a PSYOP operation on Russia, and just like Israel runs a PSYOP operation on both America and Russia, okay? So everybody is PSYOPing each other. This should not be news, okay? The Russians doing it to us, the Americans are doing it to them, and Israel is doing it to all of us, okay? That's just the reality. That is just the reality of this cyber warfare situation. So I don't want to get too hung up on the fact that there are PSYOPs occurring. There are PSYOPs occurring every single second, every single day, okay? The issue that I have is that if the Russians, well, I'm pretty sure the Russians were imposing their PSYOP on us and trying to sway the American electorate's opinion, okay? They're doing that, and I expect them to do that. Here's where I have a problem. If the American electorate are so stupid that they're going to be influenced by a bunch of dumbass teenaged Russian trolls, then that's our problem. That's not Russia's problem, okay? That's our problem as Americans for being so freaking stupid. That's our problem, okay? What we need to focus on as Americans is to stop policing every part of the world. We need to stop spending billions, if not trillions, of black budget money towards enforcing Middle Eastern foreign policy, which has gotten nothing for us but disaster after disaster, lost lives after more lost and broken lives. It is pointless. What we should focus on really is education, educating our people, right? For example, how many nuclear warheads do we need? Maybe we can just trim off one less nuclear warhead. How many attack helicopters do we really need? Maybe we can just trim off one. How many F-35 stealth fighters do we really need? Maybe we can just trim off a few. And then with all that money that we're saving, just by trimming off the assets, we're not even talking about trimming off personnel, just the assets. By trimming off a little bit of those assets, maybe, I don't know, we could educate our American children with facts, okay? And maybe we can instill upon them pride and a culture so that they're not listening to either Russian trolls or Chinese trolls, that they think for themselves. And maybe that way we can have a smart electorate for once, an independently thinking electorate for once. Maybe for once we can get away from this Democrat-Republican paradigm, this left-right paradigm, this binary situation that is so ridiculously unique about our American politics. Maybe we can have a legitimate third party enter our politics for once, okay? Maybe that's an idea, but that won't start until we start educating ourselves. And about this healthcare fiasco, again, maybe if we trim off a little bit of that black budget, we can take care of our healthcare problems, okay? Because it is a problem. When we can't apparently educate our children and we apparently cannot take care of our elderly, yet we can bomb the crap out of some Middle Eastern goat herder, okay? I don't understand why we can do that, why we can, you know, drop a bomb right down some Middle Eastern dude's chimney, but we can't take care of our own people. We can't educate them, we can't feed them, and we can't medically take care of them. I don't understand that at all. Okay, and it's ridiculous. So all this talk about Russia, Russia, Russia. No, really the issue is America, America, America. We can solve our problems, but we choose not to. We always choose to point the finger at the Middle East or point the finger at Russia. Maybe for once, America can truly grow a pair and point the finger back at ourselves and look introspectively and realize, hey, there's a lot of improvement. There's a lot of things that we can do as a nation and as a people to improve our lot instead of trying to find Russian boogeymen.